And live.
Cool. Well, hey everyone. Thanks for being here. I know we were a bit delayed, but I wanted to recap from the last time we did this. I don't know if Jakob remembers, but it was 2 years ago. And as you can see in this photo that I'm streaming, we had Vitalik in the front row, and it was the depth.
You're extending it so they cannot see.
Okay.
Change your settings.
How do I do that, dude? Here, can you? Well, go for it. All right. But yeah, it's literally short there. But yeah, it's crazy how times have changed. Like I think 2 years ago, back then, we asked Vitalik what was his favorite forecaster client or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, there's 5 different ones I use. It's crazy how far we've come, even with something like that. Like now everyone just uses Warpcast. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but I think we've definitely come full circle.
We've come for full circle.
Honestly, yeah.
We realized open social graphs currently are a fad.
Yep.
We need to work on growing the main pie before we go into this everybody's going to have their own personal client and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Farcaster's on a spree of acquisitions. I wonder who's going to get acquired second, next. But yeah.
And I guess we can start with that, right? My opinion is that they got all the best builders in. There is no second best client anymore. And maybe that's net positive for acquiring the next 100 million, whatever billion users.
It aligns incentives, that's for sure.
For sure.
Second best got acquired, Supercast. It's
Yep.
It's gone.
But yeah, little rant aside, I think it was a really fun session that we did back then that we wanted to emulate now. So basically, we just went around the room testing a bunch of dapps. We used Yup, I believe. We did one of the first cross posting.
Also acquired.
Not
my Farcaster though. Third web.
So I guess the moral of the story is whatever dApp we feature today is going to be acquired 2 years from now. So that's one. Yep. Alan, are we good on the? All right. Awesome. Well, Jakob did the cool series 2 years ago where he just roasted a bunch of products. So Jakob, I'll hand it over to you to maybe just give a little overview on different products you're using and what you'd like to roast today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so first of all, it's definitely everything's getting acquired. Building apps is no easy feat. Investors are still infra. That's what's being funded. Maybe it's a matter of thinking about who do you want to get acquired by and building towards that, because that's kind of the end state right now. But in terms of apps, maybe let's start with Unlonely. Thoughts? What's happening?
Good one. I don't know if you have access to the dApp yet, but what I've heard from Grace is that there used to be the streaming app, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now everyone's going into social trading. We have Friends, we have Interface. They've just launched this new app called Cabal. Is that what it's called?
I saw that one.
Yeah, you saw that one. I'm in the Cabal's Cabal.
Am I on that?
That's how inception this got. But yeah, TLDR, you can actually get a group chat. Let me see if I can pull up.
Test flight?
Yeah, maybe not the test flight, but at least even the.
What is this one? Yeah, I was literally having this conversation with my boyfriend yesterday about Unlonely because obviously did Love on Leverage. I think that was a really great time for them, and I don't know where it's going right now.
Is that how you met?
My boyfriend?
Yeah.
Obviously, kind of.
Yes.
We went on the same date. So I was helping Grace produce the show because I really just love doing ad hoc kind of experiences. I love, back then, that's when I kind of wanted to build an on-chain version of Mischief. So that's how I was doing activations like that. And that's how I started Chips, was just actually it was going to be a product within a house. But we were both on different dates. And then we met at Youth Denver last year because Steph Delavo was oh, you two are both on Love on Leverage. You should meet. And then here we are a year later.
See, crypto is useful, huh?
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, I've heard of several real cases of relationships as well occurring from Eat Denver.
Yeah, we've got Hannah and Jake in the room as well.
We have, I think, Jules and Sean as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Eat Denver 4 years
Oh,
ago.
God, amazing.
Yeah, so I guess we've got to have more on-chain dating apps as well. That's really what's next. Honestly, yeah.
So if you are trying to find your soulmate, this East Denver, find Amelia and send them some flowers.
100%. All right, let's go back to Cabal. So I've just popped up a screenshot of the app. These are the test. We don't have the test flight here, but Yeah, I don't know what to think of it yet.
It's an uglier Friends.
It is an uglier. Honestly, yeah, it is.
Is Cabal on only? Wait.
It's literally, this is their new app.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
social trading app where you have
Bullish.
a max of 6 people in a
Uh-huh.
group. So it's a worse version of Friends. Friends doesn't have a cap.
You have to pay to get in it, like
so
to join the Cabal.
Yes, I think each cabal has like a total
Is this
pool.
not, like, so fucking
This is crazy. This is as degen as it gets, literally. So the point being, it's basically a Gnosis safe with one signer. So anyone can sign to execute trades on behalf of the group. So
I
you
hate
really
that.
imagine we three had a group here. Like you'd have to trust me not to like just
Can we set this up?
everybody. Yeah.
Let's
Let's do it.
right now.
Yeah.
Full port all of our crypto into this.
I wish
Let's
we
see what
had Grace
happens.
here to do this right fucking now. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know what we feel of this. I feel like it's done before. It could be interesting with the reach they have and with Brian's personality, maybe.
I feel like it aligns with Brian very well. I always
100%.
find it so funny when you think about like founder alignment with their product.
Uh-huh.
Like Grace is one of the most wonderful human beings you could ever meet in your entire
Can't say
life.
that it's a roast, you know?
No, but okay, let me get on to Brian. I think Grace is one of the kindest, most intelligent, brilliant people that you could ever meet, and then you have Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
So I think it's just hilarious. I do love them both dearly. I find it hilarious that you've got this dichotomy of founders building this one product, and I think it works really well for them. Like Brian's got like the degeneracy, and and then Grace puts it back together. So I think if with her behind, like I've been waiting for Brian to fuck up so badly that I can just steal Grace and have her come work with me.
They've got
That's how I
unlimited
see
runway,
it.
basically. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
Brian, you'll be seeing this. Yeah, I'm sure you will be.
Brian,
Yeah,
I love you.
You gotta be real.
If we want to roast some, what do you think about SocialFi right now? Like big reemergence in Solana. Like
I'm
thoughts?
so tired of it. It was actually like a few weeks ago when it was, what are the apps? I downloaded like 3 apps in the space of a week. Clout, Thrive, Yapster in the space of 3 days. And I'm like, oh, well, we're just rebranding Friend Tech. Is that just where we're at? And it's like, look how well that worked out last time.
Yeah, because Frentic failed because of the UX. That's the only reason why
so
it failed.
bad.
It was so great.
I made better products the first year computer science student. Like,
Now you
I
got
was-
Cursor as well. So it's,
Yeah, yeah.
now I mean,
it's
like,
prompted.
we miss like RIP Racer wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. But and thank you for the absolutely amazing ephemeral tweets you loaded onto the timeline. But Frontech was just trash. And
Yeah.
yeah. And I
It
have
was.
it. I opened Stride, and then I was like, oh, so all I have to do is see Frank and D-Gods,
Right.
Frank and Phase Banks at the top of something, and then I close the app. Like that's just how I see it. I'm like, well, that's how I know.
LA Vape Cabal.
As soon as I see LA Vape Cabal at the front of the top of a leaderboard, I'm
Literally.
like, I'm gonna lose money. I'm closing the app. Like,
Not
that's
gonna
how
lie, I did like the user experience here. It just looks very like classic Windows XP.
They did
Windows
it really
98.
well.
It is, yeah. But I got a DM from the founder like 2 weeks after it peaked, being like, "Hey, can you buy a bunch of the tokens here?" And I
Could
was
you
just
see your parents using it?
No.
Exactly.
This reminds me of the Curve interface from like 2021. I don't know if you are
Yes,
trading on
it
Curve. It's like the
does.
worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I think. I think SocialFi is interesting. Like, I've been using interface more.
I love
Like when
interface.
coins dropped from Zora,
Yeah.
like my interface notification just popped off. But I still feel like it's very like you're usually exit liquidity
when you reach
even
that
like
point.
5 minutes after you reach that point. Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
that's like
That's how I feel
base
about it.
trenches. Like we're just recycling capital between different meme coins.
Oh, yeah.
That's
100%.
always- yeah.
What about blonde? What's happening with that?
Okay, so funny story.
I lost money.
So did I. Like, so blonde stuff. So we have a group chat called the Blontourage. It's just a bunch of us.
Let me
Like,
see if I can
we were originally just like a bunch of blonde girlies, like me, LDF, and Cheryl, and then it kind of grew as like 7. How many of us? It's so small.
Yeah, I'm
Plus
actually
Edmund
just
Lau.
I'm
So
literally live streaming the chaotic blonde group with 999
It's
members. It's like
all it was the girls and then plus Edmund, and it was just Cheryl doing what Cheryl does
Right.
and trying out a new product. And Clanker was on Farcaster, so we'd always talk about like launching a token. So I was asleep. I just got back to the UK from DevCon. It was 4 a.m. and I woke up because my phone was just going berserk, and it was the group chat launching this token. And obviously with Clanker, you can't reserve any tokens before you
Now you
launch it.
can.
You can. Yeah, well, that's good now, isn't it? Like, we couldn't reserve any of the tokens, and then as soon as it launched, because of Cheryl's reach on Farcaster, it just got sniped.
Boom,
It went
yeah.
to like 1 million within within an hour or so, and I was still asleep. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna buy some. And then as you do, you shill it, and I was like,
And then you dump it.
I couldn't though because like I was doing it on my public wallet, and so naturally I sent it to my boyfriend to dump.
Speaking of which, he's right here.
No, I'm kidding. But we. Hi, baby. You can come in. You can come in to the live stream.
Yeah, but I have a spicy take there. I feel like Blonde and Trump failed because they had a brunette and a Melania.
So,
like, it's a liquidity suck.
So
Yeah.
we didn't.
Honestly.
No, we didn't launch brunette. That's
I know,
the
you
thing.
did,
So
yeah.
that was really annoying.
Trump didn't launch Melania either, I guess.
Yeah. So like blonde was.
It was
fun.
barren. It was barren.
Yeah.
Do it. So that was like, and also like I don't believe in like the whole competing thing, and I thought that was a really lame narrative for it to fuel.
Right.
And like blonde was really fun in like the first couple of hours, and then naturally it just got ruined by redacteds in the group chat.
Yep.
Like it's, and I'm still getting tweets now being like, "What happened to blonde? What happened to blonde?" I'm like, it was I didn't launch it. I joined in as I've done with many other meme coins in the past. Like an ephemeral meme coin is not my priority, and nor should it be yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're expecting there to be a brand built around something, don't be really annoying about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's just kind of the same with everything. Like that's happening in this when it comes to like SocialFi. It's like it just gets ruined. Like you can have something that could be really, really fun, but then you just get dickheads in the group
We
chat.
can't have nice things, huh?
We literally can't have nice things.
No.
You've got to curate really well. That's what we've realized.
One
as well.
of that
Yeah.
I'm unable to have an opinion on is clout, because they're only in fucking America. So tell me what you think.
Clout is. I lost a lot of money. I think I put like $500. Let me actually see if I have the. I might not have the.
Yeah, you got drained.
Yeah.
I didn't what?
You got drained.
Yeah, probably. I just like didn't know how to use it, and who did I get into an argument with this? I got into an argument with someone. Oh, I think it was Bunny. Probably because their bags. But I don't understand it. I don't understand how to use it. I think it's got.
Here you go. I'm screen sharing right now, so let's actually go through like how shitty of a UX this.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money at this. This was, by the way, this was like $1,000 when I put in.
Nice.
Yeah. See, I can't even see how much Solana I have here. It just says stored in Solana. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I'm not my fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
What is it about SocialFi apps that like the first thing you want to do is like buy into the fucking devs token?
Right.
Like it's always the same mechanism.
Is the only thing that
It's just a reskinned version of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
when chips token?
Yeah. When?
How do we leverage IRL clout and whoever taps the most? See, like there is that, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because it would ruin the fun of it.
Because it would look like this 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of which, yeah, we were actually mentioning Friends. You were saying, what was the app that just showed us? So like Cabal was like a shittier version of Friends, right? I actually think Friends is the most fun I've had in a long time. I don't know about you, Jakob. I see we have a SGV group in here, which is like fairly active. I wouldn't actually show my active groups here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is very Cabal-y. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like they've done the user experience pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually a good trade.
That was a very good trade.
That was a good trade.
Like
I put in one soul.
That's
I was
great
like
job.
at a dinner in Miami.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, there's a Vine coin.
Yep.
Like, I might as well. And then I wake up the other morning and it's like 50 soul. I'm like, yeah. In Rust we trust.
Literally.
And I actually managed to sell a good chunk. So.
I mean, we've got a little activity feed here, and like I like how actually simple the app is. It actually helps you understand what people are doing. By the way, this is powered by the Zerion API, so a little plug on there. But I think it's one of those examples where we can have fun together in a group and actually understand what people are doing on chain.
I like that a lot. I feel like that's kind of where I got a bit frustrated. I love Interface. I think Interface is a really good app, but I feel like it misses this. With Interface, I just felt like I was getting bombarded with notifications. Like I wanted to follow people, but not like that. Yeah, and it was just a bit.
All you want to do is like follow Zinger's alts.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's how you make money on base.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I haven't gone too deeply into Friends. I got I meant to download.
You should. You should.
They've got to do a friends group right here. I feel like it could be a good place to have like a like. Do we trust people here? You know.
Do you?
I literally Do you have? Oh yeah.
Go for it. No, Friends.
You gotta do it. Yeah,
It's decent.
it is. It is pretty decent, and
Not like that.
it's funny actually
Good alpha.
coming back to the image I shared earlier. I don't know if you noticed this, Jakob, but I don't know if I can find that image now. We actually had Brian right here. Have you seen this right here?
Yeah.
That's Brian.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of OGs in this picture. It's kind of
That guy on
kind
the
of
right.
funny.
Who's
That guy, I don't know who this is. He just tanked. It's like our communist
Yeah.
godfather.
The lady.
God.
But yeah,
All
Friends was about maps back then.
Correct.
They pivoted a
I
lot.
use that in
Oh
Endeavor.
yeah. I
Yeah.
Find my
remember
drunk
that.
friends.
Yeah.
I use that on the slopes as well.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty
It's
fun.
good.
All right. Do
It
we have
was.
any requests here for dApps y'all want us to roast?
Oh,
Let's
my
open
invite
this
code
up.
has expired.
Anything to roast?
Something we got earlier was you were saying infected.fun. You
Yeah.
wanted to check that out.
Yeah, like since yesterday, you can fucking give STDs to people on chain. It's pretty crazy.
That's
It's called
nuts.
infected.fun.
It should collab with Eden,
It's like-
the vibrator on Verichain.
You can get COVID, but you can get HIV. And the whole premise is you're meant to infect as many like wallets
Right.
with this disease. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and I see there's a whole like suite of apps being built around that.
Yeah.
Like someone built this airdrop tool.
It's Taylor from .fan. You're invested through SGV, by the way. Just telling you.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I have no idea about that.
Wait, I don't get it.
This is
Can you
crazy.
explain
Yeah,
it to me
actually.
like I'm a girl. On chain?
Like a 5-year-old
So
girl.
you're meant to be like the most popular kid in college that like just makes out with everyone and like passes on herpes to them, but it's on chain.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I think,
I love it.
I think we need this as a
Yeah.
civilization.
Yeah.
I think my mom is going to really enjoy using this.
I thought it couldn't get worse than pump.fun, but this UX,
This is so
it's
bad.
right up there. Yeah.
I love that
How did
it's
we
big.
invest in this?
Not in this. No, in
Oh.
.fan.
Okay,
No.
great. I was like,
No,
oh,
we didn't invest in Infected. Don't worry. .fan.
fun. Okay.
But yeah, it's one of those like it's an experiment. It's a cool
Right.
I love that.
ephemeral experiment.
Yeah.
So you can bulk infect 100
Yeah, you can.
wallets.
I've spent a good 2 hours yesterday
I think this
infecting
is quite
people.
fun.
It's kind of interesting, yeah. Like I'm curious to see the network effects here. It could.
Well, it's the
Right.
first on-chain viruses.
With China,
Bullish.
Crazy.
with the new COVID coming out of China, I think this is
Yeah.
going to be good.
That's gonna be the token that will moon here.
Yeah.
It's wild. All right. Speaking of which, like, have you tried out Yapster lately? I feel like it's kind of fallen off a cliff.
So I tried Yapster. I was in an Uber and it got into a crash. So while they were sorting out insurance,
Whoa.
I was playing Yapster. I just sat in the back of my Uber being like, yeah. And then, so I have my thoughts on Yapster. And then again, it comes into when I was playing it, I had to channel what my brother would have done at 14 years old to find
Right.
funny. I saw a tweet
Porn.
that was just like, is tradable 4chan or like gambling 4chan? I'm like, that doesn't appeal to me. So, but then I get that it appeals to that exact target market. I like to do a lot of things that are degen. But for me, choosing between like a racist, homophobic meme, like which one is
Right.
funnier? And I'm like, I don't want to spend my energy on that, like having to make those cognitive decisions on like what these terrible things are, if I'm
Right.
completely honest.
Yeah.
Pretty much every speculative crypto app out there, aside of like the 0.01%, which
Maybe
is like
apart from
pump.
DGen or Forecaster,
Yeah.
It's not an
that
app.
would be speculative.
But like if there's
yeah.
tokens involved in speculation, 99% of the time, that's one thing. But the other thing is it's gonna last for a week or two.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, the Yapster team are
Salino's,
top notch when
genius,
it
yeah.
turns into like creating beautiful apps.
Oh,
For
it's
sure.
a stunning app.
They've done Scoop beforehand, never worked, but it was beautiful.
Yep.
They did Yapster. It's giving me like, Doodle Jump? It was like one of the early.
It's a really, the app itself is very bouncy.
It is
Right.
and
beautiful,
I like
yeah.
it when apps are very ergonomic.
Good haptics and
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like maybe with like cursor and like actually like putting things into like a full product,
Yeah.
being much like shorter loops. It's about like continuously shipping out new apps and these new like primitives until either something works or just accepting the fact that you're making money off of fees for like these like slots of like 2 weeks when it's like your time to shine and then you just like
Right,
fall
yeah.
into irrelevance.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta farm the current meta. Gotta move on.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be attached to it. Yeah, I feel like that's something I don't know if you guys have faced, but I get attached to tokens too easily. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
with meme coins, I'm like, I have to force myself to sell.
They're like family to me.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like,
I mean, I had that
Higher.
with NFTs. I had that with NFTs. I
Yeah.
don't with meme coins now. Like, there's just too
yeah,
many of them.
right.
Yeah.
Are there too many fashion apps in crypto? Let's come to Chipped actually. Like we haven't been roasting.
You can roast Chip. I think
Yeah.
it deserves it. So yeah, we're going through a big UI change at the moment. Like
Yeah.
everything when we first did it, it was like let's just get something out to like make it exist now, make it good later. It was kind of like a lot of what we were doing. So we just wanted to get it out and get it to work. And it works now. And obviously we launched it far too early and it was breaking like crazy, but now
Right.
it works. But
You're gonna end up doing a layer 2.
oh, we're so gonna end up doing
L2 for
it.
the girlies.
No, I'm like this is also where we have to like, oh, we can do blonde chain.
Yeah, I have to roast
Yeah.
this. This looks like something I would have done in Figma myself.
I know.
Like, and I love how the cure is like in all caps and like there's like 3 different fonts right here.
Yeah.
Did you do that yourself?
No, I didn't. That was our COO who did that. We love her. But
No,
yeah.
it is tough to roast this though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the
It's tough to
design
roast
and
because
the
Winnie is
vibes.
right next to us.
Right. I mean, would you self-roast anything in the Chipped experience yourself?
Yeah, our app is pretty bad right now. So we're
Okay.
like we're going through a full app redesign at the moment, which I think is going to be great. We're changing a lot of things of like incentivization. We're really trying to see how we can do that in a way that's like not tokenized, and then exploring like what payments would look like. We're doing a big feedback session on Friday with our like core users, just kind of see what that looks like. So we're very much hoping to get a good roast from the community, from our actual community, so that we can go in and actually just make these changes and fix them.
Love that.
So-
And this is all from your actual Instagram, huh?
Yeah. Right.
Love it. Well, yeah, I remember actually getting chipped in. Was that Zoo Connect? Actually, last year in the
DevCon.
G5, 2 years ago. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that
Right
was-
after this talk, yeah, that we did.
November 2 years
It was
ago.
a fun experience, but I remember it found it hard to actually take it off. My girlfriend had to help me with like.
Yeah, those
The whole-
ones were like that was a really shit prototype. Like I still
Right.
have them, and like the way that we have come so far to make
Yeah.
them look like a beautiful product to even just wear every day without even it having the utility that it has been like a journey as well. Like finding the right manufacturer, going through a lot of manufacturing issues, and just getting it to work has been a fun
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah.
I love the like Privy makes things so much
Privy is
easier. I
I
love
love
how
Privy.
beautiful it looks right out of the box. Yeah. Let's see if I can actually go through some onboarding without actually having the. Oh, this is cool.
Do you see other products here? Aside of like clip-on nails, like
Yeah.
press-on
good question.
nails, not clip-on.
as in like any other fashion product.
Yeah.
Who else is going? Oh, I really love Court Date. I
Yeah.
think they're really fun. I just think what they're doing is really fun. I haven't seen too much of them since they did that pop up, but I'm really excited to see what they do. So yeah, we're getting rid of this tab. No one uses this
Okay.
tab. I can give you some nails if you want to link them.
Yeah. No, it looks interesting.
So it's got a middle tab,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna.
Have you done this yourself? Have you used the Chipped app?
You should have.
We should. As investors, I feel like we should.
I should have.
Like our.
Okay, so this style is in the trenches.
Alright.
So we
Ooh.
and they're like we had them because they're like a trench coat color, and then all you
Ooh.
do is click the link in the middle and then tap it.
Ooh. All right. There we go.
There we go. Another pad.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Well, let's see if that
Do we have a
actually shows up on
leaderboard
here.
for like the it girls?
We do have a leaderboard for this week. We have had the worst relationship with Apple because like we went through 27 reviews to even get our
Mhm.
thing to get the app even launched. But we have a leaderboard this week, but they have stopped pushing this update because it's a competition and Apple don't like you having competitions
Right.
on your apps. So this is what it will look like, and there is the leaderboard, and I hope it freaking goes through. So if you tap your nails, you can win a diesel bag, the pink ledger, and a tippy type.
Oh, that's
So
really cool.
super fun.
Nice.
How did it go for you during New York Fashion Week? Because like I remember, I think it was Jules. You stayed in the line for her pop up during Fashion
You
Week,
see
right?
in the line?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
in the afternoon. Okay. No, it was thank you. It was crazy. I remember a lot of my non-crypto friends being like, "Oh, this is something that's happening here and super interesting." And yeah, in general, the feedback was like pretty crazy. I would have assumed. Yeah.
It was. We didn't have any bad feedback from it. I'm very, like, how do I put it? Everything that I thought could go wrong, I planned for it in case it went wrong, and nothing ended up going wrong. And all the feedback that we had was just phenomenal. We had over 500 people come through, like 500 people on chain. About, I think 75% of them actually created accounts. So we got like 400. We had over 400 new users from that one activation.
Love it.
So it was really, really good. We had loads of great content, and when we look at like the cost of user acquisition, we look at like the cost of how much all of this content would have been done. We had Macy from the Morning Brew come and post a video about us. She got like 500,000 views on Instagram talking about shit. So it was a really great return on investment, and I think it's definitely the kind of route that we want to go down now for creating these spaces. And so especially like women in tech want to try this, and I think it's a really good route for us.
Talk about onboarding normies, huh?
Yeah.
Paris Hilton's doing the job for us.
Paris Hilton
that's how it goes.
I love her so much. It was really crazy on Valentine's Day to be like 2 glasses of wine deep and then scrolling through Instagram stories and then seeing your brand on Kris Jenner's story.
Oh, yes.
I was like, that was pretty
Must have been
sick.
wild, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any other portfolio companies you want to roast? I feel like we have Clanker. There's nothing really to roast because there is no user experience, right? It's like
It's
they're
tokens.
just there. They're just tokens, yeah.
I was talking to the Clanker team about how we could do a fun little experiment with the nails and like almost like the SD thing where you could like share your token by creating that experience. But we're gonna see how we can do that.
Yeah.
Well,
I love Puffbot.
I love that.
This
Not gonna roast Puffbot.
You just can't.
I'm bullish.
You just can't. This is like beautiful. Look at that. Like,
I know. I met them last year at Denver, and because he wanted to talk about everything, and he just sat with him. I was like, this is so fun. And like, I'm not a vapor or anything, but I get it when it comes to like.
You will be soon, and you're gonna be earning for that.
I can't do that to my lung capacity anymore.
Give me caffeine in the vape. Like I might consider
those.
that. I might consider that, honestly.
Joker.
Well, we don't have David here. He's coming by later for the karaoke.
I'll roast his face.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty roastable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let's start. Okay, let me actually go through the whole Connect wallet experience. I hope I don't leak my private private key or whatever.
You're Natasha.
Yeah.
It's improved dramatically.
It has actually. I haven't been on here in a while. It's still a lot of text. Like, come on. Like,
I mean, he's a word man, isn't he?
He is a very word cell.
Because it's a proto app, it's not just a regular app.
No one knows what it means.
Yeah, you need to read his essay.
Are you invested in this as well? Are you also an investor in Jokers?
Yeah, well, SUVs is a check.
Okay.
You should know that.
I'm making sure. I just want to see how much I can actually show versus roast. But this is pretty slick. Did you see that? Like when it loads for a second, like the whole animations and everything. It is pretty sleek. Yeah. Good job, David.
Good job, David.
Yeah, and it took them a year to choose a wallet provider.
Well,
they finally landed on Capsule.
Well,
this is Para.
It's taken us like 8 months to decide on a trade. So.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of which, actually, Para. Like, who calls it Para? No one.
It's a new name.
I know. Like, I feel like that's Capsule. They just rebranded to Para. Yeah. See, no one knows about it. Was it Maker now? Like, did they rebrand to
Sky?
Like,
they came back to Maker, I think.
Yeah, did they? No, I think we came back to Maker. No one calls it Sky anymore.
Right? Yeah, I think they kind of like went back on it.
I think like that's a PSA. Like crypto projects considering like rebranding to something like unrecognizable with a completely different name. Like, just don't do that. Why would you do that? Like, imagine Chipped being like I don't know, whatever else.
If I had to rebrand, I'd cry.
Yeah.
Like it's just so.
No. Cool. Well, that was a lot of apps we just speed run through.
One app that like is hosting us here, and I must say something very positive. It's like there was an event yesterday, and I got sent like an Eventbrite link to go to the event. The Luma was full, and I signed up for the event, and then I got an email to like mint something on highlight.pro. And like fucking Zerion saved my ass because I was about to mint that NFT to like get into that.
That's definitely a scam.
But then I was like, oh no, this is like a scam. Blah, blah, blah. It's the only reason why I didn't get dragged. So thank you, Zerion. It's like, that's crazy. I appreciate you.
And you had that in person here, so someone's actually giving you a scam.
No, it was actually a friend just sent me the link because like the other event was full, and like everyone thought like they just forgot to like turn off the Eventbrite, so like you could
Crazy.
go through there.
Speaking of which, like in NFT Paris last year, there was actually a full-fledged attack. Like the official banner in the conference, the banner to claim a OAP was like a phished link.
So that's the issue with QR codes that I have. You can just go into a QR code and change it.
Yeah,
so that's
crazy.
why I love NFTs.
And that is pretty crazy that like it was just something that someone put up there without the organizers knowing about it. So yeah, just make sure your wallet actually protects you. Like that's a PSA to anybody here.
I do love Zerion. I found lost money in my Zerion wallet, and then when I was at a SheFi brunch a couple of weeks ago, I was like, yeah, I found like 2K, like hid it in my Zerion wallet. And then all the girlies went home and they were in the group chat being like, oh my God, I've also found like some lost funds. So appreciate it, Zerion.
That is the high touch point we want to actually have. Yeah, it's either that, like either you find lost airdrops, or it's like for me, it's a notification that my wallet's getting hacked and like, oh, someone's sending funds out. That's literally what happened. I think a year ago. It's like I actually got like, you know, into one of my wallets, my buidl wallets got phished. And before I even knew about it, a bunch of people texted me being like, yo, my Zerion's notifying that like all of your funds are being sent out. Is everything okay? And I was able to actually recover some of my funds from the notifications, right? So yeah, I guess it is comes in handy, but at the worst time, usually.
There's another product that I want to plug as a good thing that I love right now. I love Burner.
Oh yeah.
By
Burner's dope,
I think that is just like so fun and cool, and just like it's again when it's anything that's material and like tangible, I think it's so fun, and they've just done it so elegantly. So hats off to the ARC team with that.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Well, this is fun.
Cool.
I think we're ready to wrap it up. Yeah.
It's a pretty polite
Definitely
roast.
It is very polite. I think next time we've got to
Gotta have a few glasses of wine before.
Yeah. That's it for sure.
Let's do
Next
it.
time we're going into my drafts.
100%. Well, thanks, guys.
Cheers.